Saturday morning. It really takes a lot to break the bond that Buffalonians share with each other, and the storm only strengthened that saying that we are the city of good neighbors. Over the weekend, hundreds of volunteers headed to South Buffalo on buses safely to help the outlying communities there dig out.
We're from Buffalo. That's what we do. Isn't that what everyone says? So it was a good idea. I'm glad we're doing it.
Without this kind of help,
I'd probably be dead. Really, this is the worst we've ever had out here, and we've been here almost 20 years.
And all of this support was made possible by social media. It all started with one Facebook group. More than 300 Western New Yorkers came out for the Shovel Brigade mob in South Buffalo. We're joined right now by one of the organizers from the Old First Ward Community Center, Sarah Hedinger. Sarah, about how many shovelers do you think came out on Saturday?
We think on total we had 300 volunteers that came to the community center that we dispatched out into South Buffalo.
And were you expecting this big of a turnout? I mean, everybody was happy to help their neighbors, but this is a much larger level.
Yeah, I think, well, with the combination of social media and just everyone north of downtown not being affected so much, that everyone just really kind of felt helpless and wanted to do something. So I think in that aspect it wasn't so surprising. And just Buffalo being who we are, like, people turn up for things like this. So, but the volume of people that came out ended up being like totally surprising. And it's still happening. Like, we only did it for the day, excuse me, but our Facebook page is still up. People were sharing their addresses, and then other people were just going on and taking those addresses and doing it upon their own. And that's kind of what we were hoping to kind of, for lack of a better word, snowball a movement.
What was the atmosphere like on the streets of South Buffalo on Saturday morning?
I actually wasn't on the streets. I was in the community center helping to dispatch the people. But the shovelers that came back were just overwhelmed by the amount of joy that the people they helped shared with them. I mean, one man called the center crying because he was so thankful that he was finally able to get out of his home. So it just felt really great to be able to do something to help these people.
And from what I hear, our own producer, Bridget Schaefer, was part of the brigade.
Yeah.
And she was telling me this morning that not only was it great to help people, but it was also a lot of fun to be out there with your fellow Buffalonians. Is that something you're hearing?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm sure you guys have experienced a snowstorm in Buffalo. It's like, you know, the city's shut down. There's not a lot you can do, so you hang out with your friends, have a good time. So I think it turned into a pretty fun event for people to get out there and, you know, have a little fun while they were helping out their fellow Buffalonians.
And what's going on at the First Ward Community Center now? What's the next step of this? Because like we said, we're not out of the woods yet.
Yeah, for us it was just we were only able to administer from the center for that one day. So we've left the page up. People can go to the page. You can share your information. Other people are responding. There's a South Towns page that somebody started, or a suburb page, to kind of help other people out there. So for us, it was more about just kind of getting the movement started. And, you know, the idea came from Susan Chelowa. She lives in Black Rock, and she was not snowed in. So she called Laura Kelly, who's the director at our community center, who got myself and then another employee, Matt Fisher, who was snowed in South Buffalo. So he helped us via email, and Kate Heidinger. And then Whitney Kemp was also a huge help in organizing all this. But our main goal was just basically to get everyone out that day. Some people couldn't get out of their homes, so door to street was kind of our main focus. And now just sharing the information so people that can help will help.
Door to street, it's amazing how much a little bit can really mean.
Yeah. I mean, my friend had to climb out her window to get out of her home, so.
And she probably wasn't the only one.
No, you know, and I don't know, it's scary. She had 3 little kids and they couldn't get out of the house, so.
How are they doing now?
They're great. They're all shoveled out. We shoveled them as part of the shovel brigade.
Took care of them. You have some people that you want to thank too.
Yeah,
in the last
we really
30
wanted to
seconds
thank Dr. Yu. He was a pediatrician that came to the community center, and we were able to get him out to Engine 23 at Seneca and Southside, where he was kind of able to set up shop and help some people out, and he had a ton of formula that they were able to distribute. And then we also wanted to thank Hannah and the Delaware Nursing and Rehab, Stacy at Prudent Farms, Paula's Donuts, the Buffalo Sabres Catering sent a bunch of food over for our volunteers, the Fresh Fruit Up, and so many other people offered to help. It was just really moving to see all the people come out and be part of this event.
And like you said, that Facebook page is still up for people that still need help, or for people that still want to volunteer their time. What is the Facebook page, just so people have that out there?
It's it's the Shovel Brigade. You can go to the Old First Ward Community Center Facebook page, and then you can get to it through that.
Western New York Shovel Brigade mob. We'll be sure to link up to it on our News 4 Winging It Buffalo Style Facebook page. Thanks so much for coming in, and thank you to everyone who put in all that hard work over the weekend.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to